Some of you failed in school because you mixed facts with opinions. The teacher will be like, what's 2 times 2? And you'll be like, 6. I don't know. What do you think this is? On a serious note, a lot of our issues, a lot of our distress is caused by us mixing facts with opinions. We will form an opinion about something and treat that opinion as if it were a fact. But before I even dive deep on this, what's an opinion? An opinion is what you think about something, a belief about something. It's not what you know. It's not what you know as a fact. It's what you think you know. It's what you believe. And that's where the issue lies. People will let what they think be more important than what they know. The best example of this comes in limiting beliefs. I would say that 99% of our limiting beliefs are based not on what we know, but what we think. For example, until I was 17 years old, I was deathly afraid of public speaking. In fact, whenever someone asked me to speak in public, I would just be like, no, I'm fine. This started when I was 13 years old. We were in MUN, which is short for Model United Nations Club. And I hadn't spoken the whole session. I think I was the only one in the room who hadn't said anything. So they picked on me. They was like, you speak, say something, you haven't spoken. And I had nothing to say. So I stood up and I was like, the delegate of Ghana has nothing to say. And because I had nothing to say at the end of the session, people were like, ew, do you not listen? Were you not listening? Are you dumb? Whatever. So I was being made fun of. And because I had nothing to say, because I was made fun of, I formed the opinion that I'm not good at public speaking. I shouldn't speak in public. I'm never doing this stuff again. But that was just an opinion. It was truly just an opinion I'd formed about the situation. I didn't even look at the facts. And what were the facts of the situation? The fact was, number one, I had nothing to say. Number two, I said that I had nothing to say. And number three, I was made fun of. But I want you to focus on number two. Number two is I said that I had nothing to say. So if you focus on number two, you will see that I actually performed the art of public speaking. I actually spoke in public. So the fact is, I genuinely spoke in public, but I had formed that opinion that I'm not good at public speaking. I can't speak in public. So now do you see how that opinion hurt me for the next 4 years? Because for the next 4 years, if I was asked to read in English, I'll say no. If every single person in that class had read and I was the 22nd person out of 22, I'd say skip. But I'm not reading. Whenever there were chances for me to speak in public, whenever I was offered a chance, I'd just be like, no, pick someone else. Even if I was the most qualified person to do it, I'd be like, pick someone else. Not me. And whenever I was forced to speak in public, I would speak badly because I was so focused on not speaking badly. I was so focused on this opinion that I had formed of myself that I am bad at public speaking, that I couldn't even focus on what I was doing, with like the speech that I was delivering. Even if I was reading from a book, like I'm reading and I'm like, John went here, I'd be like, I'll just mispronounce every second word. And then now people will be laughing at me and I'll be like, they're laughing at me because I'm bad at public speaking. No, they're laughing at me because I mispronounced a word. I still mispronounced that word in public. I public speeched that mispronounced word. The mixing of facts and opinions doesn't just affect your skills, your ability to do a certain thing. It affects everything in your life, even your mood. I genuinely think that we can be in a positive mood more often than not. But the issue is we focus on the opinion. We form an opinion and we let that govern it rather than the fact. I'll give you an example. You may be going through a breakup, right? You probably have gone through a breakup. What were your thoughts during that breakup? You were probably, it's the end of the world. They left me. I don't know how I'm going to cope. No, what am I going to do? That's just your opinion of the event. The facts were, number one, they left you. Number two, that's just it. Number one, the fact of the situation is that you weren't dating anymore. But you formed this opinion that, it's the end of the world, whatnot. But the problem is you treated that opinion as if it were a fact. You treated your life as if it were the end of the world. You lost motivation to do other things. You lost motivation to go to the gym, to do whatever. So now do you see how mixing facts and opinions just negatively affects your life? And I even think it matters when it comes to beliefs. A lot of people have developed beliefs based on opinions. The belief that I encounter the most is, you can't be rich without being crooked. You have to be wicked. You have to steal. You have to swindle people. You have to do all these things that you shouldn't be doing just to get money, right? But then that's just an opinion that people have formed. If you truly analyze, you will know someone, you'll be like, no, this person, he did it this way. He wasn't crooked. That person did it this way. He just grinded. He put his head down. After 10 years, like he had built an empire. But then you formed an opinion based off what you saw, like the few people that you saw stealing, swindling to get their money. The fact of the situation is that some people do get their money by swindling, by stealing, by being wicked. But another fact of the same situation is that many people do it in a rightful way. Many people don't swindle, many people they don't steal, they're faithful to their customers, they do it in a proper way. But then you formed an opinion saying that the only way to do it is to do it that way. The only way to do it is to steal. The only way to do it is to be wicked. And that isn't the truth. But now you let that govern you. You treat that opinion as if it were fact. So because you don't want to be wicked, TJ! Because you don't want to be wicked, because you don't want to steal, because you don't want to swindle people, it's like subconsciously you're setting this barrier between you getting to a certain place. And because you're setting this subconscious barrier, you're not going to reach it. Because I truly believe the subconscious mind is probably the most powerful thing we have. It governs most of our life. While you're watching this whole thing, you're probably thinking, what is the solution to all of this? To have no opinions. I don't think you should have no opinions. Opinions are important to the life we live because opinions are assumptions and we go by those assumptions. But I think it's important to recognize that your opinions are just assumptions and they're subject to change. You know, if there's one thing I highly dislike, maybe even borderline hate, is people who expect you to have static opinions. You will get into a discussion and be like, but you said this in January 2023. And I'm like, we are in May 2024. You expect my opinion to not have changed since then. See, a lot of people, they expect you to have static opinions because they themselves are not growing. They themselves are not exposing themselves to new information. Opinions are meant to change. You imagine if you held the same opinions that you had when you were 4 years old. What type of life would you be living now? Huh? And then people will be, but you said this. Now you said this 6 months ago. Yes, 6 months ago. Probably a different person now. But sorry, I just went on a rant because it is something that I highly dislike. It always happens. I'm like, Tej, you said this, and it's like, I'm sorry. I read books. I expand my mind daily. The way I thought in January is not the same way I'm thinking now. And I'm sorry that it's not the same case for you. I'm sorry. I'm actually not sorry. Like, you should sort that out. But but anyways, I digressed. What I was saying, or what I meant to say, is that the solution to this isn't to have no opinions. The solution is to remember that your opinions are just opinions. They're assumptions. They're what you think you know. And what you think you know isn't the same as what you know. So you shouldn't hold your opinions to the same regard that you would hold the truth. So to finish off this video, I just want you to think about how your opinions have affected your life. Things that were simply opinions that you treated as a fact. How have they affected your life? And if they don't affect your life anymore, I want you to think about how they did in the past. If they currently do, think about things that may be holding you back. The opinion that, I'm too black to do this. You're not too black. In fact, you're too light. Like, there's no... Because I think an important part of life is realizing that those things are simply just opinions. Nothing more, nothing less. Opinions. And if you looked far enough, if you looked hard enough, you would find someone who defies that opinion, someone who proves that that opinion is not a fact, it is just an assumption. I hold the belief, not even I hold the belief, I want to get to a point where I have no limiting opinions, where like every single opinion I have sets me up to do as much as I can possibly do, because it doesn't serve me to have the opinion that I can't do this because I'm here, I can't do this because I have to be wicked, crooked, wicked, and wicked. I think over the course of this channel I'll get more confident. And it's like, to some people they'll think I'm being arrogant, but in reality I'm just realizing that, you know what, these opinions that I have, just opinions. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe right now.